you know, everybody heard that I was going through all this stuff. Well, A-Rod hurt his knee and his back, and Kobe Bryant called him. Kobe Bryant said, you need to go to this place in Germany, you know, and you need to do what I did. That's what he did when his knee was like bone on bone. And he said, it's a miracle, it's unbelievable. And so A-Rod told me, listen, I know you're going through this stuff. I don't know if it's going to help you, but you should try it. Worst case scenario is it doesn't work. So I go out there and you start hearing the list of people that have done this. You got Kobe Bryant that did it, A-Rod did it. Oh, so when Kobe called him, Kobe called A-Rod and says, you got to go do this. I'm telling you, you'll be running sprints next week. And A-Rod's like, dude, you're crazy. I can't even walk. He said, Dana, I was running wind sprints uphill the following week, you know? So I said, fuck, I'm going, man. I'm going to try it, whatever. Again, maybe it doesn't work. So George Clooney couldn't lift his arms up over his head. His shoulders were so bad. His shoulders were great. Pope John Paul II went to him because he couldn't kneel anymore. Started to help his Parkinson's disease. His Parkinson's, he started, before he died, his Parkinson's started getting better from this treatment. So right when I got back, I called Freddie Roach, and I told Freddie, you got to go out there, you got to try this thing. Worst case scenario, it doesn't work. I think he's going to go, yeah. But I'm telling you right now, I haven't felt this good in 2 years. I haven't felt this good in 2 years, and I was having attacks every single day. Every day, some worse than others. You know, it wasn't like I was having attacks where I was down for 9 hours every day, but I'd have to go lay down in my office for 15 minutes or something, and just always felt dizzy, never felt good. When I would try to work out, the music in the gym was killing me. The music was killing me in the gym. I'm working out like a maniac now. I never felt so good in my life. Yeah, it's amazing.
And it's called stem cell?
I don't know what it's called. It's like the stem cell stuff that they do. Basically, they take your blood, incubate it, spin it. I have to go back. They said if this works on you, and this is what the success rate they've had with Meniere's, people who are having 11 attacks or more a month had 1 or less after this treatment. And what's crazy is it's not like I have to keep going there every whatever and keep. I got the 1 shot. They hold your blood. Your blood's good for 6 months over there. You go back, I get 1 more shot in 3 months, and I'm done forever.
Wow.
Done forever.
What city in Germany is
Dusseldorf.
And is it the university?
No, it's this huge treatment center. They're open 7 days a week because on Saturdays and Sundays, it's all Americans flying over there and doing this. I mean, everybody in Hollywood's doing this. All the athletes are doing it. Friggin' every top soccer player in Europe does it. Yeah.
It's just blood spinning? I mean, is that that's basically what it is?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. That's why the Pope did it. I keep calling it stem cell because I don't know what the hell I'm talking about. But the Pope did it, so it's not stem cell. It's they do something to your blood.
You have to do it again, or
And
1 shot?
I got 1 shot left. I do 1 more. Lorenzo's like, dude, go this weekend. Just go do it now. I said, 3 months. He's like, what's the difference? Lorenzo's happy that I'm like normal again.
It's too bad A-Rod didn't call before they drilled into your skull.
Exactly. Well, that's the other thing. When I got there, I found out they outlawed this surgery 15 years ago in Germany. Yeah, because they get so close to the brainstem that first of all, it wasn't helping anybody. Nobody was being cured by it, and it was what happened to me. I was worse after than before. Yeah, and a lot of people go deaf when you get the surgery.
And what is your hearing in that ear?
My hearing?
Are you 100% in that?
No. Hearing? No. But I've never been. Ever since that time in Boston, I got jumped that time. My hearing was damaged. Anyway, I was screwed up after that. Anyway.
Is there any chance of that regenerating or anything like that?
I don't know.
What about side
It's
effects?
just all interesting to see. You know, this the one thing that they tell you is it's off label. You know, this is all stuff that isn't on label. But I told him, man, I don't give a shit if I start growing a horn out of my head. All right? If you can stop this, I'll file the horn down. Whatever happens to me, I don't care, you know. But according to them, there are absolutely no side effects whatsoever. Nobody's ever had side effects from it.
What's the clinic called, Dusseldorf? What was, do you remember the name of it?
You the only way you can go there, you have to have a referral to go there. Yeah.
So A-Rod made a phone
Got
call,
it.
right?
Yeah, A-Rod did. A-Rod got me in there. Yeah. Love you, A-Rod.
He's
Thank
one
you.
of the few A-Rod fans.
Huh? Yeah. I'm a Red Sox fan now and an A-Rod fan now. Trust me, hey, Boston guys will have to deal with it, man. Guy saved me.
Glad to hear it. Change topics, I guess. You got when we got this fight here. I don't know if you saw the replay from last week with the Chael Jones interview there? Did you?
I didn't. They were sitting 2 feet away from me, but I didn't hear it.
Scrum was out of it while Chael was talking there. Now, how do you think do you think Chael's gotten into his head at all?
Oh, dude, there's no doubt about it. And the way that he did it is by being all friendly to him on this season of The Ultimate Fighter. And Jones said to me that night, "I've never wanted to hurt another fighter. You know, this is what we do. It's a sport and whatever." He says, "I want to hurt this guy." You know, so he's definitely got it in his head.
There was some who said that was a horrible interview, that was, Jones doesn't care about the promotion. I mean, not to interject my opinion, but I thought it was fascinating to see how much he disliked him and how uncomfortable he was next to him. There's not one clear way. I mean, basically, looking at that, it was two ways of promoting. One guy's being the act, Chael, and the other guy just wants to kill him. That's not bad, is it?
When you talk about promoting a fight, right, when people say, "Oh, that was terrible promotion, this was promotion," these guys are going to fight. They're going to fight, next Saturday night, and Chael Sonnen will go in there and will try to win. He's got a game plan. He's a smart guy. He's going to go right after Jones. He won't be afraid of him, and he's going to try to win. Jon Jones said, "I've never wanted to hurt anybody in a fight. I want to hurt this guy." There's no textbook on how to promote a fight. Two guys are always going to have different chemistry. You're going to have the two guys that really like each other. Look at Uriah Faber and Scott last weekend. I mean, you're going to have guys who are really good friends and like each other. You're going to have people that hate each other. You're going to have people that have awkward interviews with each other because, however, it's just no two fights are created equal. They're all going to be different. So there is no textbook. When people say, "Oh, he's doing terrible promotion," he is who he is. Let me tell you what Jon Jones does do. He goes in and he kicks people's asses. He fights. He hits people with spinning elbows, knees, friggin' crazy kicks. Incredible chokes out guys that haven't been choked out before. So it's all just stupid talk.
Do you think coaching did Chael well? It seemed like it maybe re-energized him, and that the coaching aspect of it got him back his love for the sport.
I think everything that's happened to Chael Sonnen over the last couple of years has re-energized him. I mean, you guys don't realize the schedule this guy holds. He lives in Oregon and he trains. Fox loves this guy. I mean, he'd be doing every program on Fox if he had time to do it. I think they'd have him in baseball, football, and basketball too. I mean, they love the guy. He has the craziest schedule, yet every time you see him, he's got energy, he's upbeat, he's exciting, he's fun to watch. I think this whole, this whole new world to him has made him exciting, and he's pumped for it.
What do you think changed? Because before the Marquardt fight, Chael was always a good talker and everything, but he never seemed to be this personality. Now all of a sudden he's turned into the personality. And at first you weren't crazy about what he was doing.
Yeah.
But
Well, it started like a volcano. You know what I mean? At first I started hearing, I'd be at a scrum like this and they'd say, "Chael Sonnen said," and I'd go, "What? That's absolutely not true. That's the stupidest thing I've ever heard." And that was the stuff that started to happen. I would hear Chael Sonnen said, and then it continued to bubble, and then it exploded with the Anderson Silva fight. You know what I mean? When he started ripping Anderson and Brazil and all this stuff. I mean, last weekend, I don't know if any of you guys saw this or heard about it, but he was there and he was shaking hands with fans and everybody. And some guy says, "Hey, Chael, come on." Chael goes over there and the guy started swinging on him and started trying to punch him, and they bundled the guy, and the guy's going, "Fuck you, you piece of shit. I'm from Brazil," and all this stuff. Yeah, a guy attacked him at the finale on Saturday. So
that would have been a bad move for the guy.
yeah, it was a bad move for him. They didn't take him out of there politely. That guy got bundled and dragged up every stair on the way out.
Chael obviously could shock the world next week. Stranger things have happened. But if he does lose the fight, as most people are anticipating, could this be the end of the line for him? Because, like you said, he does have this budding TV career. And then where does he go from there? The
guy's made a lot of money. He's going to make a lot of money on Saturday. He's got a full-blown career with Fox. I'm telling you right now, I'm not even kidding. That guy might start doing other things other than, he might end up with his own talk show on Fox. They love him. And, I don't know. It's going to depend. Let's see what happens. I wouldn't be shocked if he retired, if he lost, but I don't know.
What did you think when you heard that Frank, switching to Saturday, that Frank Mir went to go train at Jackson's?
Yeah, I think it's really good for him to get out and train with different people, get pushed harder, train with guys who can actually, make him work. You know, he wasn't working hard in Vegas. You know what I mean? He had his own little thing going on. He was cruising through workouts and stuff. Yeah, I think it's going to be good for him. And I think it was the right thing to do going in against an animal like Cormier. I mean, when those two squared off here today, Cormier said, "You're in big trouble, big trouble." That's what he said to Frank. Frank just kept staring at him.
Of all the people who came over from Strikeforce, it seems like Cormier and Melendez, not including the women, were two guys that you were really excited about. You always mentioned them in interviews even when you couldn't bring them over. Is that accurate? Are they the two guys maybe that you were most excited about to see come over
Yeah,
to the UFC?
definitely. That's why I love this card. You know, a lot of people have thought for years that Melendez is the best 55-pounder in the world, and I think that, you know, Ben Henderson has proved over the last few years how good he is, and we're going to find out on Saturday night really who the best 55-pounder is. This is a big fight. It's a good fight. And Cormier and Mir, you know, I was bummed when that fight fell out earlier in the year, and now it's here. And, you know, if you look, Cormier gets to train every single day with the heavyweight champion of the world. You know, and it was a smart move for Frank Mir to go over and train with Jackson.
UFC versus Strikeforce unofficially here. I mean, is that kind of fun for you? I mean, obviously it didn't start out that way, but with some shuffles, it ended up being the whole main card.
You know, it's fun for me because I've been very impressed with the way Strikeforce guys are fighting. They're hungry. They want this. They felt like, you know, all these guys feel like this is where they should be, and they should have been here a lot sooner than this. So Saturday night's their big night, and I know they're gonna go for it.
What if they come in and go 4-0? You know, the guys that weren't even a part of the promotion.
Yeah.
Is that insulting at all to the brand? Or?
No, they're UFC fighters, man. Whoever wins, wins.
You think it's time to put Strikeforce to kind of bed after this card?
Yeah, I mean, Strikeforce has been put to bed already. they're in bed. They're tucked in and they're knocked out. Okay. You know, Cormier. I've been talking about him for a long time. I mean, for me, Cormier became the real deal when he beat Josh Barnett. You know, he beat Josh Barnett. Josh and I might not see eye to eye all the time, but I respect him as a fighter.
He had a tough situation with Matt Mitrione. Any update on that? We saw the statement that came out, indefinite suspension. Has anything progressed since then?
Yeah. You guys know how I am with stuff like that. He from the first day we talked, you know, he handled the whole thing like a man. He said some ignorant comments that made him sound like a complete jackass and a bigot, and he knew what he said wrong. And I said it's not that I don't necessarily agree with what he was saying, because I have the same issue with, you know, a man who becomes a woman. You have different bone structure. You have different jawline. You have all the things of a man. It's completely different. I don't know if I can tell you guys this story, but wait, yes. Give me 1 second. So he knew what he did wrong. If he was standing in front of a panel, right, or a judge, and he was arguing on why somebody who used to be a man shouldn't be allowed to fight a woman, he wouldn't have said it the way that he said it. He would have said it completely different. And there's nothing wrong with having a point of view. Everybody's crying, oh, it's freedom of speech. And yeah, okay. Work at any company anywhere in the world, okay, and give your opinion in an ignorant, you know, where you come off sounding like an ignorant bigot. See how long you last at that company. And he could have done it the right way, and nobody would have said anything to him. You know, he can have an opinion, just how you state your opinion. But my point was, I'm afraid that one of you guys are going to know who this is, but there was a girl that we interviewed during the getting on to the girls tough, and she said, you know, these girls, when you deal with these girls that are fighters, serious, it's just like dealing with a guy. I mean, they're built, they're mechanically built the same way mentally, you know. And you know, if you say two words to them, they'll want to fight. You know, when they were younger, they were very aggressive. So she's telling me this story where she used to work at this restaurant bar type place, and her and the fry cook hated each other, right? And he used to sexually harass her and talk down to her. And he used to say, if there's ever one woman that I'd like to hit in the face, it's you, and all this stuff, right? And she used to tell the management, and the management would say, oh, you better watch out, she's gonna kick your ass. And they just joke about it. So she said finally one day, she's like, fuck it, I'm tired of your shit, let's step outside. So her and this guy go out back, and they square off, and she goes, and he hit me with a right hand and dropped me. She goes, and I got back up, and he hit me with a right hand and dropped me again. And I got back up, and we squared. Hit me the third time, dropped me. She said my eye was shut. I needed 14 stitches in my eye and all this stuff. And she said, that's the day I said, you know what? I guess I shouldn't be fighting with men. You know what I mean? So the reason I tell you this story is because I'm saying men are bigger, men are stronger, men are just built differently. I don't care how tough. Can Ronda Rousey kick the shit out of everybody in this room? Yes, she can. It's a fact, including me. Everybody, I don't care who's in this room right now, Ronda Rousey will kick your ass. It's true. But men are bigger and stronger than women, and when a man hits a woman, it's just different.
Up to this point, you've said, hey, I don't want to talk about Fallon Fox. She's so far away from fighting UFC, and that's legit.
I'm not talking about Fallon Fox. I'm talking about everybody, every man. If every man is always going to be able to be physically stronger than a woman, no matter what, and you're just built differently. You can take punches different than a woman can. It's just my opinion on it.
And that's why I say, do you feel like it's ultimately, I guess, the athletic commission's decisions what they want to do, but do you feel like, being the leader in the brand, that you kind of have to be involved a little bit to give your opinion and say, hey, I really think this is the direction we need to go?
I give them a lot of opinions that they don't listen to. Yeah, I don't know. I don't see how this plays out. The Fallon Fox thing, I don't even think about it. Fallon Fox is so far away from being in the UFC. It's like talking about some lower level guy that fights in some small organization that's, beat people with losing records, and we're seriously debating about this guy. It's just, that's the thing about Matt Mitrione giving his opinion on Fallon Fox. It has nothing to do with him. Fallon Fox isn't even in the UFC, and some girl just agreed to fight her in Florida. You know what I mean? So I think what he was upset about was the fact that she lied on her application. That was one of the other things, which I agree with too. It's horrible. And it's not just Fallon Fox. Other people have done it, have lied on their applications. And when you do that, you get in serious trouble. You get in serious trouble if you lie on an application. And I don't know if she did get in serious trouble for that.
How do you progress with Matt at this point? Have we decided?
I told you he did the right thing. If he got on the phone and said, hey, listen, I got my freedom of speech and I can say whatever I want, I guess to a point he's right. You just can't work here if you want to say stupid stuff like that. You can say whatever you want. Not in here, though. Now you got to leave.
So is he still with the company at this point? Are we going to see him again soon? And is he going to need to make any kind of amends along the way?
I just said I'm happy with the way he handled it.
He's on suspension.
He's on suspension, yeah.
He's still on.
Yeah, he's on suspension, yeah. So we're dealing with this thing. And, a lot of stupid things have been said over the last several years, and by me too. I'm not excluding myself from this. There's a lot of people out there talking, oh, Dana does this every... No, I do not. Do I swear? Yes, I do. I swear. I'm a grown man. If I want to swear, I'll swear. And if you don't like it, definitely don't follow me on Twitter. Number one. Two, just don't listen to me. You don't have to watch my videos. You don't have to do anything. If you don't like that I swear, don't do it. And all the things, in all the years, I made one mistake, and I apologize for it. I know I look like a big, bald homophobe, but I'm not. I'm the furthest thing from it, and I have friends who are gay. So, I apologize for that. But I don't go off saying crazy stuff, but sometimes things happen.
Hey Dana, in talking about the transgender issue, the IOC, I think it was 02 or 03, allowed transgender athletes into the Olympics.
Yep.
And now women boxing is now in, so now you could theoretically have somebody who was a man boxing the Olympics,
yep,
as a woman. How would you view that if that were to happen? Because obviously they've had doctors study this for years.
Yep. And my thought was that, running, pole vaulting, doing all these other things is whatever. But when you actually get physical and you start punching, two people, but I'll leave that up to people that are smarter than me. If scientists want to go in and say that, if you get this operation done and the hormones that you get put on, change your physical structure and your strength, I'll leave it up to the professionals and let them decide. If boxing starts doing it, and then as long as somebody is open and honest about who they are and what they've done, then it's another human being's decision whether they want to go in and face this person.
So-
You know what I mean? I can't just say, hey, Ronda, you have to fight her. Hey, you have to. They have to decide that that's the fight they want to take too.
Well, to project forward, if you have, and I don't think it's going to really be a big issue, but if they go into the Olympics in Olympic boxing, say, and have success, would that alter your view on transgender issues potentially coming to them, UFC?
Yeah, that's what I mean. I mean, if this thing happens at an Olympic level, and I mean an Olympic level where you can actually, there's a combat sport that accepts it, I'm sure they're gonna do the homework, and like I said, smarter people than me will make that decision.
Dana, I'm sorry, but so Mitrione doesn't have like a specific length of suspension. It's just you guys will discuss it with him, and when you feel like he's ready to come back, or like how do you decide how long he's suspended?
It's up to us. Poor Mitrione.
Speaking of the Olympics,
I'm not mad at Mitrione. I'm not mad at him. He did something stupid. He knows he did something stupid. He knows the way he said it. He didn't handle it the right way. He knows he did. So I can respect that. It's the guy that you're dealing with that starts telling you, I'll say whatever I want. You know what I mean? I can't be. I don't think I said anything wrong, and I'll do whatever. Like I said, I don't disagree with you. You can say whatever you want. You just can't work here if you want to say whatever you want. And you want to act like a bigot and a jackass, you can't do it here.
So I think what people want to know is, when can he book a fight again? Will he?
I'm sure that's what he wants to know too. I'm sure he wants to know that too, and we'll let him know when we decide.
What does the suspension matter if he fights?
Well, he was fine too.
He was fine. Okay.
Yeah, he was fine too. Enough to make him call me 3 times.
Why did he call you 3 times?
Because he's bummed out.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
But why 3 times?
I'll bet he'll think. I'll bet before words come out of his mouth, they go from here to here. He's gonna go, oh yeah, I better not say that. That's not good.
Did he talk to
That's
you?
gonna cost me some money.
Was he trying to reach you 3 times? Or
Yeah, he's like, come on, dude. Seriously, this much? Then he was calling Lorenzo. Yeah, he was making a lot of phone calls yesterday.
hey Dana, I know you have a hard time sometimes speaking of phone calls, getting in touch with Nick Diaz. We have Nathan here. Nick will be here later. What's the situation with Nick? What are we doing with him?
I don't know. I haven't heard anything about them. Last time I heard from Nick, it's like the 3rd fight into the main. It's the 3rd fight of the Ultimate Fighter finale, the 3rd fight on the main card, and I get a text. Hey, Nick Diaz needs 3 tickets to the show. What show? I'm thinking San Jose, New Jersey.
Yeah.
No, tonight. He wants to go to the fights tonight. I said, okay. What's he coming for the main event? That'd be cool. So we got him 3 tickets, right? I got him 3 tickets right behind me. We're sitting right over here, and 3 tickets. He took the 3 tickets, got into the thing, and sat up in the stands in 3 empty seats. Up in the stands, like way up there. He's like in the stands where all the fans were. And the girl comes to me and says, Nick Diaz just came in with his friends, and I gave him the tickets, and he said, where are they? And I showed him, and he took them, and he went up into the stands. And like there were 3 empty seats. She said, so I went up there, and I said, hey, Nick, these aren't your seats. Your seats are down there, behind Dana there. And he goes, we just want to sit here. If these people come back, we'll move to other seats.
Keeping it real.
Cool. But that's Nick Diaz, right? I mean,
So does he have a fight though? I mean, or no?
no, I haven't talked to Nick.
Like that?
I didn't see him. I didn't talk to him. I was going to say hi to him. Thought he'd be sitting right here.
Yeah.
Never saw him. Never saw him the whole night, but he was there. He did come to the fights, and he sat up in the bleachers and watched them, and I don't know what he
Do you
did.
want to keep him busy though? I mean,
Sure, if he wants to fight, we'll get him a fight.
Dana, those tickets are usually reserved for VIP. There's always like famous people there.
You can't even buy those tickets. They're
Right.
our tickets. We
It
hold them.
seemed like in Sweden, Vadim was sitting in that section.
Oh yeah.
How did he get?
I didn't know that till you told me. What'd you do? Text me or tweet me?
I texted you.
Yeah. I have no idea. I still haven't seen Vadim.
And the word was he was in London as well.
Yeah, I heard that too.
But how did he get there?
Well, I don't know. He got the ticket somehow. Either when he was in London, Gary Cook controls those tickets, and is Jackie here? Hey, who else controls those tickets in London? Gary and who? Yeah, Dave Lewis.
So this is not one of those times because you told us with the Fedor thing that you lied about it.
Yeah, that's true. I did tell you that. If I'm talking to Vadim and there's something going on with Vadim, Maybe I wouldn't tell you. I was just gonna say I'd tell you, but maybe I wouldn't. I forgot I lied to you about the other one. Yeah. So maybe something's going on. Nothing's going. I swear. I'm not talking to Vadim. I didn't even know he was there till you text me.
Is there an update on Russia though?
Yeah. I just don't remember. Yeah, I don't remember what it
It was
is.
just a coincidence.
Huh?
It was just a
Vadim,
coincidence.
well, yeah, he might be there. I mean, he's everywhere else. Maybe he will be there. I'm sure if we're in Russia, he'll be there too. It's funny, now all of a sudden he's a UFC fan, right?
We were talking about the Olympics before, and I know there's the push to get wrestling back in there, and the UFC is behind that. What does that all mean? What does that encompass in terms of getting the support back for that?
A lot of guys came out and sat down with me that are working to get wrestling back into the Olympics. And there's a lot of things that we can do, through media, on Fox and all the other things that we do. And I said, I'm with you guys. You guys put together a plan, tell me what the game plan is and exactly how I fit in it and how you need me. And I'm in. So they were pumped and we're moving forward. I think I got some guys coming out to Jersey. We're going to do some stuff on the pay-per-view for Jersey.
So more than just a financial commitment or something like that?
Yeah, it's more than a financial commitment. It's like, I've been financially committed to wrestling for a long time. I mean, I supported high school, the high school in Vegas that I went to. I restarted their wrestling program. I paid for it personally and got it back up and running, and it's doing great now. And I'm not paying for that anymore. And we get so many letters and things from local, whether it's giving merchandise for auctions or tickets for auctions or money or whatever it might be, and then now on this level to help out with wrestling. The whole thing went down with that wrestling thing when it went off, and I said, well, in these hard economic times, you got to get sponsors to want to sponsor it. You got to get people to want to buy tickets. You got people to want to watch it on TV. And let's face it, if you're not a hardcore wrestler, it's not the most exciting thing to watch. A lot of people don't understand wrestling, and then everybody went fucking crazy. And I said, mixed martial arts, it's exciting. I could see it being an Olympic sport. People went crazy, like I was saying, get rid of wrestling and bring MMA in and all this other shit, which was completely not what I said. And through that, that's how I ended up hooking up with these guys. One of the wrestlers said some shit to me on Twitter, and then I said some shit back to him, and then we started this huge back and forth, and now we're friends. But that was really how it all got started. And but I'm 100% behind it. I always have been. But they agreed with me that some things need to change. I think the guys that were running wrestling at one time got a little arrogant and a little cocky, and you think that it's going to last forever. Nothing lasts forever. If you don't work on something, nothing lasts forever. And there are a lot of ways that they could make wrestling a lot more exciting. There's a lot of ways to do it. That's what I'm helping with.
So you might help them kind of change their product a little bit.
Yep.
The way they present it,
the way it's presented, the way that they do the events, a lot of things. So we just backed this wrestling event up in Reno, and I heard it was a huge success. Tons of people showed up. You realize I didn't know this until I got into this, but the Olympic rings, one of the rings is wrestling. You know what I mean? So wrestling shouldn't go away. It's a martial art form that should not go away. It's a very dominant martial arts form, especially in mixed martial arts, and we'll see what happens.
So we're starting to see jiu-jitsu organizations put on pay-per-views and things like that, like cards.
Really?
Yeah, there's.
I didn't even know that.
Metamoris, there have been some. Metamoris probably doing the best right now. They market it like a fight card, right? Do you think wrestling can be marketed that way?
I think there's a lot of ways that you could market wrestling, because I'll tell you what, and get ready, my Twitter's going to blow up on this one too. Jiu-jitsu is pretty damn boring too. You go to a jiu-jitsu match and a sport jiu-jitsu match with two guys with gis. Holy shit! Are you kidding me?
Benson competed at the last one.
Yeah, I know.
Did you happen to see any pictures?
I saw some clips from it. I saw clips, but I didn't see it. So did his mom.
And this one coming up, Brendan Schaub's on it.
Yeah. But again, if you're a hardcore jiu-jitsu guy, there's nothing more exciting. You're in there, you're looking, you know what's going on, you know the two guys, you know their strengths and weaknesses. But if you're the casual fan that just goes up, even when I was into jiu-jitsu, when I was taking jiu-jitsu, I'd go to some of these jiu-jitsu matches and you sit there like this, maybe it's a little more exciting at this match. I don't know. Let me look at the one over there. I don't know, that one ain't any better. That one sucks too. You know what I mean? It's not like you're sitting in a jiu-jitsu match going, yeah, this is the greatest time ever. High-fiving each other and stuff, you know what I mean? It's the same, that's the way wrestling is too. But some people love it.
Why do you let those guys do? I mean, for Vincent to compete in a jiu-jitsu competition like that a month before a massive.
Yeah, it's probably pretty stupid, but he wanted to do it, and we said yes.
So he has to clear it with you.
We're feeling a lot luckier this year than we were last year.
You shouldn't have said that.
True. I just jinxed the entire rest of the year.
Another one, Dodson competed in the Tough Mudder on Saturday, and I know there's a partnership coming up with either Wounded Warriors or with the Tough Mudder.
Tough
Can you
Mudders,
talk
yeah.
a little about the kind of almost the same, a lot of the same crossover audience, a lot of young males.
Yeah, I went to. Does everybody know what Tough Mudder is?
I had no idea.
No? So Tough Mudder is this thing, these guys put this thing together. It's like an obstacle course, right? They do it out in the 800,000 people a year sign up for this thing to do it. And it's an obstacle course race. And it's like $130 a head.
$200 day of.
Yeah. $200?
Day of. Yeah.
$200 day of, $130 if you pre-register. 800,000 people a year do it. Parking is like $40. It's like crazy, man. These guys are just like raking in the cash. And they build this obstacle course. People have to go through mud. There's fire. There's all this crazy stuff. It's insane. And I went to one. A lot of our people who work for us competed in one of them, I don't know, maybe a year ago, last summer, the end of last summer or something. And it's pretty cool. It's pretty fun. There's a lot of camaraderie at the place. So they approached us and started talking to us about, they say, hey, our demo is your demo. Let's do some stuff together. So we're talking to them.
Now, going back to the wrestling thing, so are you going to have some guys as far as like Olympic wrestlers at your show or something like that?
Yeah, well, not Olympic wrestlers. I mean, they are, but they're the guys who are really fighting the fight right now, I guess you would call
Like
it.
top administrators type
Yeah.
guys? Yeah.
Yep.
Will Dan Hardy fight again?
Dan Hardy, Lorenzo and I called Dan Hardy a couple weeks ago and got him set up with the best cardiologist in the country. He didn't want to go. He's in serious denial right now, or just either denial or just afraid, to hear from somebody that's the truth and that's what's going on. So after he turned it down, I called him back and I said, dude, are you crazy, man? We're offering you to go see the best guy. Just get this second opinion. You're literally insane if you don't do this. And I went through and he said, you know what, Dana, I'm going through a lot of stuff personally right now. I'm getting married. I got a lot of family coming into town and stuff, and just dealing with this whole thing at the same time is driving me crazy. So I just want to put this on the back burner till I'm done with my family stuff, and then we'll talk. So once he gets this done, hopefully we can get him out there and see this doctor, and hopefully he's misdiagnosed.
Have you ever dealt with a fighter who's had this before?
Never. I've never even heard of it before.
You know the wrestler had one wrestler.
Yeah. Speaking of which, you met Jim Ross yesterday.
Yeah.
What was that like?
It was cool. He was a really good guy.
Did you know him prior?
I know him, but I don't know him. Yesterday's the first time I ever met him.
Was that a friendly meeting or a business meeting?
It was a friendly meeting. Him and Vadim were there. We were just all having a friendly meeting.
You also just to appease those fans, CM Punk on Saturday, right?
Yeah.
He seems to be teasing something. Is there anything going on there?
Oh my God, you are too much of a pro wrestling fan, man.
No,
These guys are fans and they like to come to the show.
Dave will tell you, right?
Yeah.
You are too much of a pro wrestling.
No.
Yeah, they're just fans.
Nothing there.
He's a fan. He likes the sport, and he comes out and supports. The Rock comes when he can do it.
No, Punk's a big fan.
Yeah,
No, I know,
Undertaker's a
but
big fan. A lot of those guys are
So
fans.
you're not looking for the next Brock.
No, I wasn't looking for Brock. I wasn't looking for Brock. Brock showed up at an event and literally said, "Can I talk to you for a minute?" Went in the back and he said, "I want to fight in the UFC." I said, "You're crazy. You got one fight, dude."
Andre Berto also came out recently and said
Yeah,
that he had
I bumped into him in L.A.
What is there any
and-
validity to that?
Yeah, I mean, there's validity that he wants to do it. I mean, is he really going to do it? I doubt it, but
him fight?
he wants to, but wanting to and doing it are two different things.
I mean, I know
We
it's been a
don't.
long
There's
time,
still a
so-
lot of fights that are going to happen until we really need to start building the real main event for that card. But obviously, it's the first fight on Fox Sports 1. We're going to put together a card where people are like, "Where is this Fox Sports 1? We got to find this." And basically, Fox Sports 1. I don't know if you guys noticed it. It's the Speed channel. The Speed channel will become Fox Sports 1.
Yeah, they put the logo up there finally.
Oh, they did?
Yeah, now it's behind the
Yeah.
speed, so it's a little easier. Yeah.
Well,
so
and if you
part
could
of
tell
it.
people, because the feedback I've been getting from people is like, oh, well, you know, Tough's going to be there now, so now it's going to be harder for me to find it because it won't be on FX. I mean, can you clarify that for people and tell them exactly how accessible it's going to be?
It was hard for them to find it when it was on FX, one of the most prominent channels on TV. Yeah, it's on Fox Sports 1, which is the Speed channel. Speed channel. I'm sure many people haven't watched that channel before.
But it's in like 90 million homes or something. It's better.
Yep.
It's better than Fuel in terms of.
Yes, it's way better than Fuel.
Right.
So all this stuff is going to be on Fox Sports 1, which will be better than Fuel, but not really up to FX. FX will be in 10 million less homes. So there's going to be 10 million homes somewhere that don't get it, but that will change quickly. That will continue to grow.
We in the media worry about these things. I don't know if you do as well, but UFC on Fox Sports 1, UFC on Fox Sports 1, 2. Yeah.
I have tried for 13 years to get rid of the numbers, man. I don't number them, but people keep numbering them, you know? Right, Craig? Didn't we try to get rid of that and it just keeps happening?
Yes, multiple times.
We're on Fox 7 now, I mean, right?
Yeah.
It's just a Fox card. It's Fox.
It's easy to keep track of.
People need a name like Bad Blood or this and that.
No.
You know.
How about Henderson versus Melendez? No?
It's too long for headlines. Basically.
People don't like that?
It's just too long for headlines. That's why we can't use it.
Too
That's why we
long
need
for
to-
headlines. That's what the fight is. That's what it is.
But it's also
The headline should be
It's easier to say Matt
Henderson versus Melendez on Fox.
Right, but then if you say UFC on Fox, Henderson versus Melendez, Daniel Cormier says he's going to.
Don't say all
I mean, it's
that.
just-
You say Melendez versus Henderson on Fox.
But also, if you say Matt Brown versus Jordan Meehan is happening, UFC on Fox, Henderson versus Melendez, it's a lot of.
Guess
names.
what? This is your problem, not mine. Okay? I got tons of shit I got to deal with. This is your problem.
Do you know who's headlining the next Fox event in July?
Who?
No.
Oh, I thought you were going to tell me. I don't know yet.
So it's not going to be Rory, and do you know even the card? I mean, other than those two fights that were announced recently, do you know any of them?
I probably do, but I just don't off the top of my head right now.
Okay.
Yeah. Call me later. Then I'll find out.
If Jones gets by Chael next week, are we any closer to a super fight now?
I am literally going to call Georges St-Pierre today. And I'm going to talk today, and I'm going to see what he wants to do. But yeah, I think so. I think if Jones beats, then we got to wait for Anderson. Anderson's got to win his fight against Weidman.
What is there to talk about? Wasn't he getting Hendricks?
Mm-hmm. Or maybe he wants to fight Anderson if Anderson wins.
So there's a chance Hendricks may have to wait.
If he wants to fight Anderson. If George says to me, I want to fight Anderson Silva, you think I'm going to go, no, you're not. You're fighting Johnny Hendricks. We'll talk about that later.
Will that vacate the title though?
No.
If he accepts it?
No. And if he lost that fight, he'd still be 170, go down and fight Hendricks, for the title.
Now the dude from Fort Worth isn't here, so I'll ask you, is there going to be a fight at Cowboy Stadium?
That's funny. Let me answer that question for you, sir. We're either going to Toronto, Vegas, Dallas, Texas, or Brazil.
But didn't you say that if you got in New York, you would want to do Anderson versus John?
Yeah, we didn't get into New York.
Oh, that's done?
Yeah, I mean, I'd pretty much call it done, yeah.
You
Why?
don't think you can get in this year?
They didn't even put it in the budget.
Really?
Yeah.
So like, there's no, isn't it in discussion right now?
Hey, anything can happen. I'm not as optimistic as I was a few weeks ago.
So
What was
the 20
Melvina's stance on it?
Who?
Melvina Lace, the commission chair.
The commission's 100% behind it. Of course they want it. Everybody wants it. Everybody wants it there except the culinary union. So every time we try to let me tell you this, every time we try to, move forward and progress in New York, the Las Vegas Culinary Union starts hammering everybody with letters, and they're working the politicians and everything else. I have a question for you. We're in Las Vegas. We put on however many fights a year. How come they're not writing any letters in Las Vegas? Aren't they writing it? They're from Las Vegas, and if the UFC is such a horrible, this horrible thing that they write about, why aren't they sending letters to the MGM Grand, Mandalay Bay, the Nevada State Athletic Commission, and the list goes on and on? Why are they only writing letters to New York? Does that make any sense to anybody? So what's good for Vegas? Vegas can reap the rewards of all the economic impact we have, all the good things that happen when a UFC event comes into Vegas, but New York can't. Why is that? Dirty, rotten scumbags.
So does that mean you're kind of, the 20-year anniversary at MSG, you're kind of giving up on that now, or not?
There's going to be a 20-year anniversary. It's just, not going to be at MSG.
But does it have to be in the budget? I mean, if the assembly of Sheldon Silver says that he wants to bring it up for a vote, obviously he hasn't. But
the voting just took place. We beat last year's votes.
Sure.
Smoked them.
And you have until June. That's when the calendar session ends. So
yeah,
you're
we'll
just
see what
less
happens.
Optimistic.
We'll see what happens.
How
yeah,
far out would
I'm
you
just
have to
not
book
as
Madison
optimistic
Square
as I was.
Gardens?
How far what?
How far out would you have to book Madison Square Gardens? Obviously, it's a popular venue.
At one point they were holding the date for us, so I don't know if they still are. I don't know.
Is there a backup venue for the 20th anniversary?
Well, that was a backup venue. I mean, there was never a that's going to happen, and that's what we got, scheduled in.
Will that be like a UFC 100 type show?
Oh yeah, if we went into Madison for the 20 year, wherever we go for the 20 year, it's going to be big.
Will you bring back some of the old guys?
What do you mean?
Like, will you? I don't know.
CM Punk.
Yes. Will you bring the Hoyces and the Gerard Gordos?
I'm sure. We would. I'm sure people are going to want to go to it, so they'll call us. But I don't
There
have
won't
any
be some
plans
kind of
to.
ceremony of
No.
sorts.
No, we're not really into ceremonies. You don't ever come to a UFC event and there's a big ceremony or
You
anything.
did for the 10th anniversary.
What was the ceremony?
You had them in the cage, remember?
Oh, I forgot already.
Those was
It
2003.
You about the old champions,
Yeah, that was cool.
This fight's been a long time coming from Melendez. Has it also been for you as far as being a fan of the sport, wanting him to see him in the UFC and
Gilbert? Yeah, definitely. When the whole Strikeforce thing was going down, Gilbert was the guy that I talked to a lot on the phone. He was really frustrated and upset. And I said, kid, just hang in there. We'll get this thing figured out. And when we do, I promise you'll get your shot, and here we are today. So finally, and I'm happy.
Dana, I heard you talking about this a little bit over on a camera interview, but the 170.4 pounds, the GSP weight, I don't think anybody's really making the point that would have affected the fight.
Right.
Were you unhappy with the way the commission handled it? Were you aware of it that day of the weigh-in?
No, I wasn't aware of it. I didn't know anything about it till everything, all the talk started. It's just, listen, I'm regulated by the commissions, and some commissions have more experience than others, and even commissions that are incredibly experienced have horrible things. It's what we have to deal with.
So it wouldn't be something that you would want to talk to them before you announce it?
Oh yeah, Mark Ratner handles all that stuff. And believe me, they've talked.
And it wouldn't make have any effect on you wanting to book a fight there in the future?
No. I have more of an issue with Sweden than I do with Montreal.
Have you talked to Oprine?
No. Have you?
Maybe.
I haven't.
You don't know when he'll be back?
I don't.
How's the Tough Brazil going this year? And do you think, Tough Smashes seem to have been a success? Are you going to do that again? Or are you going to open up India? I know you were talking about, I don't know what's next for Tough, but I'm curious how the Brazil one is going.
We're working on some real cool stuff with Tough right now.
Yeah?
Yeah. And Brazil's going awesome. Thing's pulling 11 million viewers every time it airs, so it's doing really well.
And are we going to see that on the States again? I know we can see it online, but are they going to?
No, it'll be online.
Okay.
Yeah. Yep. Craig threw it up there with no subtitles on it. Good job, Craig.
I wanted to touch on the super fight thing again. Anderson had precedent, or I'm sorry, George had precedent. You said you're going to call him, ask him if he wants to fight. Does he get it, or what's the?
I don't know. I'm just feeling him out.
Okay.
What does he want to do? I'm calling up saying, so you had a long time off, you had vacation. What's up? What are you thinking about? Just want to see what he says.
What if they both want it?
If who?
John and George.
Johnny Hendricks?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, John Jones.
Oh,
Yeah.
if they both want it,
Yeah.
that's a good problem to have. I like that problem. You know, we'll see.
Kane, are you happy about the return to basically Silicon Valley? You know, the last time when we had the Strikeforce event, you had brought up the comment from the Apple, I think, engineer you had spoke to, being such a mega hub for all the Silicon Valley tech companies here. How do you feel about bringing this card back here and kind of trying to revamp the HB Pavilions?
No, I love it, man. You know, this whole area up here is, you know, big into MMA, you know, and has been for a long time. So, yeah, it's always fun to come back to San Jose.
How are ticket sales?
I don't know. I don't even.
What's the capacity?
I don't even think about that stuff anymore. I don't even look at. On Saturday night, I'll come up here for the press conference. They'll hand me a piece of paper, and I'll tell you what it says. We have the ones where we sell out like that, and of course, I know what the gate is for those. Like Winnipeg just went on sale and sold out the first day.
Did sell first day?
I don't know what the gate is, but I know we sold out. What's that?
Wow.
Yeah, I think sold out like that.
Sorry,
No,
go.
go ahead.
Do you have a book coming out with Nick the Tooth?
No.
No?
No. Nick the Tooth is doing a book, and I'm
Is it
not.
about you?
No, it's not about me.
Oh, it's not?
No.
Because on the Amazon link, your name is in there.
Interesting. Yeah. It's not about me.
What is it about?
What on the Amazon link? What's it say?
It's off the top of my head, but like, you know, in the brackets next
Yeah.
to the title.
An inside look at the growth of the UFC or something like along those
Is it
lines.
something like that? Okay. It's been a while since I looked at it.
Yeah, it's not about me.
What is it about?
And I have no idea.
You don't know?
Nick the Tooth does his thing,
Your friend.
man. Yeah, he's my friend. Yeah, but I don't know. I don't know what his book is about.
It's not like photo, like behind the scenes.
I have no idea. You're gonna have to ask him that.
So you're not involved in it. UFC's not involved in it. It wouldn't be any kind
Well, he can do whatever he wants to do. I mean, if he wants to write a book, he can write a book. But it's not about me, and I didn't co-write it or anything like that. It's, you know, who the hell knows what Nick the Tooth is doing? Nick the Tooth was coming on this trip, and then last minute he's like, you know what? I don't want to go on the trip. I'm gonna stay home. You know what I mean? Who knows what the hell he's doing? That's him.
I think last week, I know you don't like to talk about fighter page, necessarily get into people's business financially, but I saw a lot of people going crazy over Kat Zingano's pay, that she was only paid 7 and 7 for a fight that ended up putting her, you know, into the as an Ultimate Fighter coach. Essentially, was a #1 contender fight. Can you comment on all that? I mean, that's just kind of a standard opening contract for somebody, and it's up for reevaluation right away.
Yeah, well, the girls just got in here. I mean, it's you know, all these girls are just starting out. Yeah, when we signed these 10 girls, who the hell knew it was going to happen? I don't know. I can guarantee you this: if you call Kat right now and ask her if she's unhappy with the pay that she got here, I guarantee you she's not going to tell you yes, and not because she's going to be worried that whatever. You know, people get paid. Trust me.
There's been a few more bucks than 14,000.
I think she made a couple more dollars than 14,000. I think she's going to be okay.
So is it up to 12 women now? Is that how many you have signed?
I think so. Yeah, I think we do. I think 12, and going to be a lot more in a month.
Really?
Yeah, well, the Ultimate Fighters.
Okay.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
How'd that go this week?
We started.
I saw you there Monday.
It was awesome. It went great. Yeah, it went great. It was. I was impressed. Yeah, it was a lot better than I thought it was going to be.
50 women there Monday. You started making the cuts. What did you think of the women's field overall? Was it what you thought it would be?
There were more than 50 women. The women that came were the women that were that were allowed to come.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I was really impressed. Everybody's happy. Everybody's really happy about it.
Have you made decisions on format yet? You know, people were curious. Will there be a fight in? You know, how many will be selected? Have you made any decisions?
You're gonna have to see what happens here.
When do you start filming?
Huh?
When do you start filming?
We start filming the end of May. Soon.
And will they fight? Will Ronda and Kat fight the year-end show, given the timing? Like the
Yeah, probably. Yeah, because I think the finale will be in December.
Right.
Yeah, so probably.
Will that be Vegas again?
Probably.
So are they going to fight on the finale, or are they going to fight on the pay-per-view after the finale?
I don't know yet. I'm pretty sure they're going to fight on TV.
Oh.
I'm sorry, on pay-per-view.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
When you put the women, factor them in, I know you always give the main event to the highest weight. How do the women factor into that? Because obviously they'd be the lowest weight. I mean, are the women main event, like if you have 2 title fights, how would you work that out?
Yeah, they'd end up being the co-main.
They would always be the co-main.
Yeah. Yeah.
What if it was men's flyweight, 135 and 125? Just curious.
Yeah.
So would a woman headline over a man if it was that way?
You guys always throw me these questions that are going to get me in trouble. Man's always going to be above the woman.
Said it right there. There's the headline.
Yeah.
But what if it's men's bantamweight, both 135? What if it's men's bantamweight and women's bantamweight?
Yeah, that's a good question. I don't know.
Simultaneous, we see him.
Exactly. They're both the main event. I don't know.
Now we're back to the tag team.
I don't know. All these hypotheticals. We'll see what happens. I have no idea. Yeah. We'll see. I mean, I don't know. I think the women have proven right out the gates that they can headline a card. I mean, that first fight with Ronda kicked ass. You know, not just a fight, but on the business side too.
This one was even better.
It was amazing. It's true. You think about this card this last Saturday night, every fight was a great fight. From the first fight to the last fight of the night, and they won fight of the night. You know?
What do you think, you know, the conspiracists like to say that Uriah threw the fight with Kevin Gastelum, that he wanted a better contract than what he would get as the Ultimate Fighter winner. What's your take on that?
I think you're way overthinking things.
I didn't say it, but.
No, you said,
Yeah,
what do I say to the people?
conspiracists say that, yeah.
You know, if you're crazy if you don't think Uriah Hall, you know, expected to win that fight. I think he cracked under the pressure, fell apart under the pressure. There was no pressure in the house. There was no pressure on the fights in there. There's no crowd. There's no nothing. This is the only kid in the history of Tough. When they come into that house, they don't have Twitter. We give them their own Twitter handles when they come into the house. He had over 50,000 followers going into that fight on Saturday night. There's guys who fought in the UFC for a long time that don't have that many followers, right? The closest guy to him was Kelvin. He had 5,000 followers. He was the closest. After that night, I think Kelvin, last time I looked, has 15,000 followers after that night. So, trust me, that isn't what he did, you know? And plus, whoever says that is an absolute moron, because you come in and you fight and you lose under that, you're still under the contract for the Ultimate Fighter. A smaller one. Kelvin won the bigger one. Kelvin gets the bigger contract. Uriah gets the small one that everybody on the show is under. So there you go.
Bad theory.
Just blew that theory right out of the water. Yeah. He got a shittier deal by losing that fight.
Is he going to get another fight soon-ish, though? I mean,
yeah,
obviously he's somebody who's...
He's a talent. I'd like to get him right back on the horse and get him in there fighting again. Yeah. See if he learns from that and grows. He should. You know?
I know he spends a lot of time. He was training with Ronda out in LA for a while. I mean,
Yep.
You can tell he wants to get great.
Yep.
He's already pretty great.
He's a super, super nice guy. Smart guy. You know, you couldn't meet a nicer person. You know, and when I went in on after the fight after that, he says, his cornerman says, he likes him too much. He likes Kelvin. I'm like, what the fuck does that even, what does that mean? I like him too. You know, everybody, this isn't the friend business. This is the fight business. You know? He didn't have any problem taking it away from you. He went right after your ass. You know? He was trying to knock you out. He didn't mind taking it from you. Well, your friend got the contract. I hope you're happy for him. You know? He got the motorcycle. He got the contract. He's the winner. You are a good friend.
Now,